2 of week 24. Let's continue, shall we?
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, we could all live in this illusion land forever if we want.
Yeah, I like
Why
these
are
illusions.
Why are they illusions?
Everyone.
I can't wait until that emoticon. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Oh, the
Emote.
oh yeah,
Emote.
emote.
Emoticon.
The emote.
Emote.
Yeah.
I can't wait till that emote comes out so we can all.
Yeah, just waiting on
use
approval.
that.
That's one of the ones that's sitting in the approval window. So.
I'm super excited about the next one.
Oh,
But,
the
we'll
DM
talk
one.
about that later.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a secret. I guess it's not.
Well, nobody's seen it yet, so
Yeah.
don't worry. All right, shall we?
All right.
I have 2 questions for you, Scott.
Please.
So, is this a thing where like it resets and Grauman remembers like Groundhog Day, or is it like it resets and he's now refeeling everything and he doesn't remember what just happened?
I'm sorry. So it resets. Doesn't remember anything Groundhog Day, but
Okay.
sorry, not
We might
Groundhog Day.
actually
Not
hear the end of that
Groundhog Day.
joke.
Actually remembers stuff, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Groundhog Day, he remembers. So I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to figure out if I'm a goldfish or if it's Groundhog style. Okay.
No problem. All right, so here we go. Just want to make sure that we're good here. All right, so the next one we're going to bring our attention to is Sam. As I said, Rye was like, more or less, F this noise, shut the door, turned around, put her back against it, and went to go look at Thong and be like, this is some crazy stuff happening right now. And what happened instead was she turned around and she was in her apartment and saw 3 of her old friends sitting inside there. And so here she is inside of her old apartment, looking around going, there's my friends. And as you do that and you go walking in, it seems off that you just walked into your apartment right now. It seems off that all of your friends are here right now. It's really, really weird. That's right. They
thought
weren't
we
supposed
were
to
your
come
friends.
until sundown, but it's only like dusk right now. They wasn't supposed to come until it was fully nighttime. It's dusk right now. They came early, completely caught you off guard. What the hell are they doing here? Anyways, so I can tell you right now, her name is Lee. His name is Shen, and his name's Larry.
Cool.
Lee, Shen, and Larry.
Yeah, I mean, I know it because they're my friends.
Absolutely, and they have been for a very long time. The entire time that you were living in Chowtown, way over in Thesk. That was
That
the
is
case.
so close to Leisure Suit Larry. It's so close.
Yeah.
Not quite there.
I don't get the reference, but the fact that almost
You don't
became a
get the
makes
reference?
me happy.
Oh
I'll
no.
Google it.
Like,
You
if
should
Shen-
get. You
if
know what? That
No,
bugs me
yeah,
too.
right, me
Of all the
too.
references I'm gonna make, you should get that one.
Leisure Suit Larry's like a 90s point and click classics tough, but like everybody knows what that is.
Oh, it's a point and click on Xbox, or does it?
On Xbox, what?
No, no.
Leisure
more.
Stop,
Suit Larry
stop.
box office
Stop.
gust.
It's like 1986.
Xbox
No,
Oh.
it's Xbox 360 Leisure Suit Larry, and there is like one of those truck flap women on the thing. So
I don't.
was born in the late 80s before I was even conceived.
I'm seeing the original one, and it's looking pretty hilarious. Actually, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yes,
No.
there are a ton of them.
This looks hilarious.
Most of them feature like a lady in a hot tub.
Yep.
Yes. Well, considering it's Leisure Suit Larry graduating from college and it's magna cum laude, I'm like, oh, that's a joke I would make.
That's why I was
bad.
so upset you didn't get it.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm like, oh god. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Bear. You know what, Bear, for that horrible thing, Otto stumbles around and finds 50 gold.
Yay!
That just happens. That's
It's
what
definitely not illusory at all.
happens. Definitely not illusory
Yeah.
at all either. That is legit 50 gold. Legit 50 gold.
All right.
All right. So, all right. My apologies. Sam.
All right. Yep.
Lee, Shen, and Larry. Oh god, I wish I got that. It's the past.
So, if this was a movie, it would be subtitled. Like, they're all speaking in shout.
Absolutely.
So, I think
Even,
right
even Larry, who's not Shao, just knows it because he grew up in the streets.
Yeah. So I think Rye just walks in and she's like surprised, and then they're really early.
Mm-hmm.
So
안녕하세요. No, I'm just kidding. Like, just
Yes.
kidding. That's how they
Don't
all
do that.
talk to
I
you.
want
don't
it.
do that.
Bring out the weeb.
Do not do that.
What? I know Korean. Come
I
on.
know.
That's it. Hand over the DM reins to Maggie. Let her voice
Yeah.
everything.
Late and salty. So yeah, Rye just she walks over and she kind of puts her hand on Lee's shoulder, and she's like, "You're early."
Yeah, well, you know, the guards they were a bit occupied. Should I put in a Cockney accent too? Oh man, really
Right.
get bad?
She pulls the chair out and kind of just puts her feet up on the table, and she's like, "What's up?"
You know, like I said, the guards they were all busy. I mean, someone been a naughty girl lately?
What is this? Is getting weird already.
Why do you have to go there? Why do you have to instantly
Someone's
go
been a
there?
naughty girl,
It's
eh?
She's like,
What?
actually, could you bend over the table? I've got a nice paddle here. Mathis.
Rye rolls her eyes, and then she just kind of like walks into the next room and leans her head in the doorway, and she sees Shen and Larry sitting on the couch, and she gives them a little wave.
Yep. They just kind of like, one of them gives like a half wave back, the other one gives you like a nod, and they kind of you know, just kind of like, hey, you so did you do that, or did you not do that?
Do what?
That heist. I mean, that's why, like, we all got here because we figured, you know, if they caught wind of you, the guards were distracted over there, and so we figured, oh well, they're over there, might as well come here with nobody noticing. Then wait until you got here, and then they were all around here, and they'd see us come in, and you know they get.
Yeah. Now what though? What are you
Well-
doing here?
You know, that was seeing if you needed some help. You know, pawning it off.
Rye looks down. Does she have anything that she would have secured from a heist in her possession?
I mean, so she kind of like looks down and like pat in her pockets.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
her-
Like,
and eventually she takes off the backpack that she. Why does she have a backpack on her? She's literally
Yeah.
coming through her own city. Why the hell does she even own a backpack? It's a little weird. She takes a backpack off and she starts searching through, and eventually she sees that she has this like ginormous golden nugget in her hands.
The nugget's back.
she blinks, doesn't remember the nugget, tosses it to Larry.
He takes it, he's like, oh, so you did do it. This is a big, this is huge.
Yeah. Are we good? We done? I'm tired. I'm feeling a bit tired.
Oh, yeah. You want me to pawn it for you then?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
what kind of split you thinking there, right?
At this point, she's like holding her temple. She's really confused. Half, whatever you want. I don't care.
Half. Whoa. All right. And the other two are looking at him like, dude, you better give me some of that. Holy shit. Like the other two like looking at him. And he's like, yeah, half. You just need some alone time?
Yeah. What day is it?
I forget the days of the week in Faerun, but the 7th day of the week, there's 10 days in a week.
Okay. He just
Sorry.
gives me the 7th day.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I think I need a nap. That's all.
Oh no, that's all right. Well, hey everybody, let's clear out. Looks like we want to get out of here before they come around looking for this thing right now. Anyways, so let's go. And so all three of them, one at a time, leave. You know, Shen kind of like puts a clasp on your shoulder and is like, I hope you feel better. And you know, Larry's like staring at this thing, barely even says bye to you as he's walking. He's like, oh, you know, it's kind of like distracted by how huge this freaking golden nugget is.
Right, takes off the pack and like tosses it at him.
Oh yeah, and he throws it inside the pack and walks out with it. And once again, like barely even acknowledging beyond that interaction. And Lee kind of comes over and gives you like a nice long hug, like worried about you sort of hug. And then she just leaves without saying anything.
Okay.
So here you are alone in your apartment. Do you actually just kind of like want to go and lie down for a minute and just like try to take in your surroundings, like think for a second?
I think she just like sits on, you know, the couch and just like interlocks her fingers. Sure. She's like just thinking about the situation.
Huh, funny. We can just like literally use this guy right here. Oops, sorry, you can't see if I do that. If I do that, look at that. Interlock fingers. No. All right, so yep. So you do that and you think about the situation for a second. I mean, it's funny because you actually do have a bit of a headache forming or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea for you to do that, or I mean, say you're thinking about it. Go ahead.
Right. She decides she's just gonna have a lay down.
Sure. No, that's fine. So you go and you go to lie down in the bed. Sam, if you do me a favor, could you make me a quick perception check real quickly? Now, this is your apartment, so definitely get advantage on that.
Okay.
It was your shitty apartment. You got holes in the floor and stuff like that. You get your old beat-up couch that you borrowed from somebody else. And places is shit, but, you know, it gets you by, right?
Uh-huh.
So anyways, with your 17 perception, as you lie down in the bed, all of a sudden the bed kind of like shifts a little bit and slides a little, and you like it moved almost as though like it has a bunch of times before.
Okay. Right, Amelia rolls off the bed and looks underneath.
Okay, so when you look, even before you get underneath, you can see that there's a bunch of different scratches on the side of the bed and everything. Like clearly this thing has moved to the side a bunch of times. It's not the first time this would happen. But before even Rye gets the opportunity to fully investigate what's going on down there, certainly something that she keeps in mind, but before she even gets to fully investigate what's going on down there, all of a sudden she sees the weirdest of things. From like where the candle is lit and where the light's happening, catches her completely off guard. Literally, she sees her shadow move and start just like moving away from her. And it make me another perception check really quickly, Sam.
Normal or advantage?
That would be normal, please. Okay, with your perception check of 14, you see that this doesn't look like your shadow. This is really strange. The shadow looks almost like a beast or something. It's not very big because the way the light in the room was, the shadow was cast kind of short, but this beastly looking thing that was your shadow is now walking away from you, and it's completely blowing your mind. You've never seen anything like this before. And it just continues to walk like away from you through the apartment. Do you do anything?
The first thing she does is Rye looks at her arm, and the armlet that she always has is missing.
Absolutely, it is.
She doesn't know why, and that's not a good sign. And then she's a little bit frightened at this point. She kind of just leans around the doorway and follows the shadow.
Okay.
Through the apartment.
Sure. And as she follows the shadow through the apartment, you can see he goes over towards the window, and is kind of like, as she's catching up to it, he goes over towards the window and starts going to like push it open.
Wait.
It looks back at you and lets out a snarl and a growl, and you can see like it's made out of shadow stuff, but like drool is coming from this like wolf-looking maw, but it's way more feral looking than any wolf that she's seen before, and it's really freaky looking. It immediately pushes open the window and goes diving out of it.
Rye runs to the window and like peers into the street below.
There's not a street below. As a matter of fact, the window steps easily out and into a meadow.
Rye looks back into the apartment, then looks back again and sees a meadow, and just wanting to see where the rabbit hole goes, she just crawls out of the window into the meadow.
Okay. And when she does so, she actually finds herself... I pressed caps lock. I wanted to press this one. She actually finds herself out inside a large open field. It's very strange looking, but what she sees in this large open field is that same creature, much larger than before. Holy crap, this thing is massive. And where he's standing, it's in a bit of a clearing surrounded, is in a clearing that has a bit of a stone slate. Maybe something stood here once before, but no longer does anymore. Because there's a stone slate that's in the center of this otherwise meadow or whatever that's around. And surrounding this large creature is a whole bunch of wolves. It is one of the most bizarre things she's ever seen. It's bizarre because what the hell are these wolves doing surrounding him? He's not a fucking alpha. So, go ahead.
She slowly approaches. She's not saying anything, just like observing. And she's talking to herself. She's kind of musing, like, what the fuck is this? Where am I? Where's my arm?
He says, you're with my people.
Who says that?
The large werewolf. Axel the Slayer says that.
Right. Looks up surprised because she was talking to herself, but somehow he heard it. And she keeps walking forward and questioning, your people? Where am I?
This is my lands. This is my tribe. This is our sacred relic. He points over at this this archway over here.
Rye looks back at the wolf. She's like, why am I here?
You and I are connected. As I become Alpha, you become Omega. You serve me, Rye. That is why you're here.
I don't think so.
It does not matter what you think, servant girl. Now, tend to my pack. I almost said flock, and then I almost said herd, and then I was like, no. That's rough.
Rye kind of like smirks, and she's like, kind of opens her arms, and she's like, this has been great. I'm done. She turns around and starts heading back the way she came, towards the window.
You hear some drool, you hear some snarl and whatnot, and quicker than you can react to the fact that the feet are moving, you can actually see that it runs over, dashes past you. You know, it's one of those, like, the shadow moves so swiftly it catches you off guard, and stands before you with like a drooling kind of growl. Shortly afterwards, the other wolves start making their way around you as well, keeping a little bit of distance, but still making their way around you as well. And he kind of holds up his hands just to like calm their hunger, at least for the moment. And they're looking at you once again, drool foaming in the mouth, drool forming, growling. It's actually, I mean, it could be a bit of an intimidating sight if it wasn't for the fact that you know who this guy is.
Do I know him?
Hey, this is Axel the Slayer. You know exactly who it is. Since you walked through this door.
Oh, so, okay. Rye kind of scoffs, and she's like, it's weird. I thought after you saw me kill the first Alpha, you'd kind of know how this goes.
I was the one that took my right as Alpha. You are no part of this, Rye. Now, I will command you one last time. Servant girl, tend to my pack. Almost said flock again. Won't lie.
Hang on. This might be really stupid, but it's gonna be kind of funny.
Please.
I'm gonna fireball myself.
Absolutely, Sam. Actually, there you go.
Yeah. So you see embers between Rye's fingers, and she just aims a fireball at the floor, at herself and all the wolves and Axel.
Do you know what a token action is, Sam?
No.
Can you click the fireball? When you click the fireball, look in the top left-hand corner of your screen over by where you usually choose between pointer and pan mode, and you'll see a macro button which should pop up that says, I think, Fire Blast.
Click the fireball on the screen or the fireball on my sheet?
Click the fireball on your screen, the one that's right next to Rye.
Oh, I can't interact with it.
Oh, my apologies. I thought I gave you permissions for that one, Sam. Oh, I did not. I'm a bad person. And that should work. Can you click it now?
Yep.
There you go. There you are. That's here you go.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So,
Cool.
yep, that's so what did you roll? 27 points of damage is what you had rolled. And so all of a sudden, with like a yelp and a howl and everything, all of them get thrown backwards. Every one of the wolves is lying dead on the ground. All of them all sorts of injured and in pain and everything. That shadow, what is it called? Werewolf that's right there. He's shrunk back down to that small size, and he's lying there kind of like curled up and whimpering, as though like, you know, it was in incredible amounts of pain, even though it's just a shadow. And the magical fire is lingering to it and looking at it, and it keeps burning away its shadowy stuff.
Okay, what do I need to make for a dex saving throw here?
You're just literally a dex save. It's your own DC, which is what I think like a
Oh,
Yeah,
fine.
you did it.
natty 20. So I'm actually going to say that you, during that explosion, what ends up happening is you step into your own shadow and out of this reality and back just in time to take no damage from this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that happens. You're friggin' natty 20. Amazing. So there he is lying whimpering on the ground, his entire pack charred and bloodied and dead. What do you do or say?
I like will him to raise and walk towards me with Umbraturgy.
Okay, so you cast the spell, and he will make his save. Okay, and he does. He just kind of like, despite the pain, despite the injuries, despite the fire, still looking away at his shadowy stuff. He pushes himself up off the ground and starts walking towards you.
Okay.
Right, he's standing there right before you, somewhat like slump and limp, but still standing there in front of you.
Rye extends a hand and she like strokes the side of his face, and she's like really close to him, and she goes, "Call me a slave again."
No, master. And with that, he like slumps down into the pool of your shadow. And as he slumps down into the pool of your shadow, and you're looking into the shadow, you can see your shadow looks strange. As a matter of fact, it almost looks like it's a window. It looks really weird, like it's a window. And as you're looking down at the shadow and you kind of like reach to look into it, you tumble through it, and you can make me an acrobatics check for grace.
Okay.
And you gracelessly flop on the floor of your apartment, pulling you back up here, gracelessly flop back on the floor of your apartment, lying there kind of like, oof, like that was a weird transition of standing, falling, tumbling through a wall and onto the ground. Ugh. And so there you are, lying on the floor of your apartment, a little confused for a second, remembering everything as you did when you were in your apartment before and when you were over in that field, so about Axel specifically. But go ahead. So what do you do?
Rye eats shit and then slowly crawls up onto her knees, and out loud she says, "Shadow, where are we?"
I've never been here before. This place is strange to me, but seems familiar to you. It carries your scent. It carries many shadows cast and many emotions on all the walls. It's you. This is your den. May I enter it, master?
Yeah, I mean, you're already here.
You can feel like tension of his kind of like, you know, simmer away a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Kind of like sensing that this is how it goes, Rye wills him out of the ground.
Awesome. Give me 1 second. Copy paste. Bam! He's right there, small and in front of you.
She kneels down and looks at him, and she leans in. She says, "Help me get out."
I think you already know how. You seem to know how.
Rye turns to the window again.
She looks down and sees the street below.
Okay.
Do you not know how to leave this place? Have you not found a means to go?
Rye shakes her head. She doesn't answer.
Do you need time to think on this, Master?
I guess I do.
Perhaps you should rest.
Rye walks herself into the kind of seating area, just kind of sits down.
Okay. Sits there with her hands crossed in front of her, sitting on the couch, and she has this strange sense of deja vu. As she's sitting there with her hands crossed, trying to contemplate what's going on and why things seem off. She has a strange deja vu. And just kind of like things start coming to mind. Like she's been here before. She's done this before. But something's different.
She stands up and walks to the bed. Something she remembers scratches on the bed had been moved.
Absolutely. So she goes over into that room and she goes to the bed and she can see that the bed can actually be moved away from the wall and towards you. The scratches have done it a bunch of times. Does Rye want to try to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rye goes to do so, but the door's in the way. So she actually moves the door out of the way and then grabs the bed and starts pushing it out of the way. But in doing so, she actually finds underneath that there seems to be a trap door that's there.
Okay. Rye opens the trap door.
Definitely. So in opening the trap door, she sees that it leads down into some ladder that leads below.
She throws a quick glance at her servant, and then just slowly, carefully starts climbing down the ladder.
Okay.
Into the darkness.
Okay. Luckily for her, the darkness doesn't last for too long, because instead what she does is she winds up down and inside a bit of a grim scene. So she winds up down and into the basement. As a matter of fact, she knows this. As a matter of fact, the reason why Rye always took that apartment before was because she knew of the access there. She didn't live in this apartment her entire life. She had friends that when he left town, was like, hey, listen, I'm just going to let you know on a secret. This is why I take this apartment. It's because it has an access directly into the basement that the owners don't even know about when they bought the place. And so, a part of the basement that they don't have access to. So so she winds up down in this part of the basement that she's very, very familiar with. But the problem is when she goes down there, she sees that the place is a mess. There's a few corpses lying on the ground, all look like to be guards of the city itself. She looks off in the far corner and she sees she sees Grommen standing in front of an altar opposite Thunk, and Grommen kind of clumsily helping along, but standing in front of Thunk, who's currently doing some sort of, I don't know, chant or incantation or something. And Otto is lying on the table. He doesn't seem to be conscious at the moment, but he's lying on this altar as they're standing over him doing something. How does Rye approach the situation?
Looking at Otto and seeing him lying there, she is immediately concerned. She runs over towards the group, and as she does so, she's yelling like, "What's going on? Is that okay?"
So just to let you guys know, Otto is okay at the moment, but you are currently doing a ritual over Otto. Otto is currently unconscious. It is Grommen and Thonk. Please go.
What kind of ritual are we doing?
It's a really good question. Thonk, what kind of ritual are you doing?
It's a really good question.
If you don't mind, let me get into character for a second.
Thonk, I guess, just like look.
Best part of the stream so far.
Yeah. I guess Thonk just looks up to Rye and says, "We've already talked about this. It's why we're even in your basement. You let us down here.
We're gonna talk a second time. What the fuck is going on?
Putting Otto to his rightful."
Remember?
We're gonna talk a second time. What the fuck is going on?
It's why Otto was even brought here in the first place.
Refresh my memory. Why is he here?
He's a traitor, and in such we will sacrifice him to our god.
It's not my god. He's not traitor.
This was your idea.
Change your plans. Ryan tries to lift Otto off the table.
Okay.
Grumman like looks at Thonk like,
If Rye attempts to fight, like pull Otto, Thonk gives like Ramen like a don't let him like look, and I'm gonna like grab Otto, I guess, and like just trying to keep him on the table.
Trying to hold him down.
Yeah.
Now, would Grommen physically grab at Rye, or how would Grommen handle this?
as Rye's like going to pick him up, Grumman like holds Otto down and says, Rye, you know, we cannot stop once we start. What you do? And he's like holding Otto down and like kind of like where her arm is like going to like lift, he's like kind of like holding him down.
So the
there,
two
like,
of them are holding him down. The ritual is clearly interrupted at this point, but the two of them are holding him down while you were trying to lift him. Go ahead.
Okay. Do I remember my pact?
You remember everything about you. You were 100% Rye at this point. Sans, you don't know that you went through a tower and all of this stuff.
Okay, cool. So I think as soon as you two hold her down, Rye like lets go, and she paces backwards a few steps, and like to herself, she's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And she's reaching out to the fiend.
Okay. The fiend responds to you simply saying, "This is your fight. I'll watch."
Okay, I'm gonna take that at face value. Rye turns around and Eldritch blasts Grumman.
Oh no!
Mate.
Before you can even do that, I have Mage Hand, Mage Slayer.
Yep. I think you know. Does Rye know that? I don't know if Rye does know that because you haven't done it before. Would Grumman swing at Rye?
Like, I'm guessing, like, is this a spell where you have to use your hand, like, move your hand?
I'm not. I mean, I'm like over here, just to clarify.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
Just
weren't.
I like
Okay,
paced
no, never
away. Yeah.
Then you're
Never
then
mind.
you're
I
good.
can't use it. Then you can do your thing. Before you were standing right here, and then I would have had my Mage Slayer, but I can't do it now.
Okay, you're good. Make your attack of opportunity.
Who?
All right. I'm gonna use inspiration for this one.
Absolutely. Get a critical hit and Grumman. That make me happy. Man.
Bear.
Or not.
Bear's about to take a permanent nap.
Sam, you hit.
Okay.
Wait, he hits?
He hits.
This is not the real us, so.
Okay. And you do a significant
way.
amount of damage, throwing Grumman backwards 10 feet. And in flying backwards, Grumman smacks the back of his head against the wall. Maggie, please make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution save.
Maggie's actually knocked unconscious from Grumman being thrown back from the force of it.
Damn.
Grumman actually just gets thrown backwards and poof, hits the back of his head and just slumps down unconscious on the ground. That leaves you and Thonk there. Thonk, do you say anything?
Thonk actually will, because you said the ritual's ruined now. It's like it's over.
Well, I mean, it was interrupted.
Can it continue?
Probably. I mean, it's not like the body was removed.
Were we on the
or
point
any
where I
of
was
the
like gonna stab Otto? Is that like at the point where I was like?
If that was part of the ritual, then that is not quite where you were
Okay.
yet. You need a little
So
bit more time.
interrupting the ritual, then I'll just lift Otto's body and hold him in front of me as a shield, and just put the dagger to his throat. Rye, you've lost your damn mind.
I don't know if you could do that. See, I get 2 Eldritch blasts per turn. You would have been able to do all that in one turn. So,
So as he's reaching for Otto and starting to lift him up with the dagger in hands, you're able to make your action.
Yeah, right. Just traces her hand straight at Thonk, and attempts to hit
go.
Thonk as well.
Oh, I'm going down. Oh yeah.
Okay, you hit Thonk. Roll your damage.
Whoops.
Ugh.
Okay. Thonk gets thrown backwards too. He's actually already sitting adjacent to the wall, so he hits with even harder force. Thonk, roll me your con save.
Sure. Con save. 15.
Thonk actually stays conscious from this. Thonk, how do you respond? Your head just got smacked really hard against the wall. You're standing there. Rye is trying to disrupt this. Why is she trying to disrupt it? You don't know. She's just saying change of plans all of a sudden. You knew that this was crucial because he was a traitor. Rye doesn't usually act this way. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I will... It is my turn. I will...
Yeah, you can act.
Pass through a 20-foot radius. Do I have my spells? Am I me?
You are you.
Quote
Yeah.
unquote me.
Yeah.
I mean, God, what would I do at this point? I'm trying. This is like a very interesting situation to be in. Why don't we try? Calm emotions will calm her down. I think.
Very possibly. Why don't you give that a try?
I'll give it a try. Calm emotions.
It's a will save.
Here, I will click on it so you can see the spell.
Thank you. It should have the. Did I not? Is this a new spell for you?
No, not at all.
Oh. Wait, calm emotions, is that not? You must make a charisma saving throw. Oh, I must have overlooked that and didn't give you the macro. Sorry. So charisma save, please.
Wow, that's
Give me
bad.
one, yeah, it is really bad. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, but I feel like everything's a bit lower here in this. Like, you knocked out Grommen super quick.
A creature who fails a saving throw can choose to fail. If it fails a saving throw, one of two effects. Suppress any charmed or frightened. Alternatively, you can make the target indifferent to creatures. So yeah, you're just more or less calmed down. You were literally calmed down. So
Yeah, that's exactly.
Rye, you are not at the point of throwing Eldritch Blasts anymore. You're at the point of not happy with the situation, but not hysterical yet anymore.
Cool. Yeah, Rye walks over to Otto and like scoops him up.
As you scooping him up, Thump kind of like still groggy and like rubbing his head.
And just before you do anything else, Mathis, you do know that if you choose to attack, that will disrupt the calm.
Yeah. It's a concentration spell and all that stuff. So he kind of just is rubbing his head, looks at Rye. Rye, we should sit down and discuss things. You are not of a clear mind right now, and I don't know what has gotten into you.
We'll talk when he wakes up. How about that?
You knocked Grommen out.
When you say that, immediately Otto wakes up.
Hey, Rye.
Hi.
What's going on?
Rye realizes she's like cradling him. Just like puts him down. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Where am I? Donk?
Traitor.
Huh?
What exactly did he do?
He sold us out.
To who?
Yeah, to who?
The city.
I just look at Rye. What's he talking about?
I don't know.
Hang on. Wait till Grommen awakes. I'll walk over to Grommen and cast like a light healing spell. Trying to wake Grommen up.
Okay, Grommen wakes up. Yep.
Grommen's like, ow. Rye, why you do that?
I don't know. I'm trying to kill Otto.
No, I don't kill Otto.
That's what you were doing.
You were gonna kill me?
No.
You sold us out
What?
to the guards.
Wait, everybody shut the fuck up. Rye like paces back and she's like, when did you get here?
Yesterday.
When did you get here to this room?
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
You've been down here for a fucking day and a half.
This is an intricate ritual. It must be done correctly.
You fucking... These bodies have been here for a day and a half.
I had to kill the ones that Otto ratted us out to.
What are you talking about?
Otto is just totally baffled.
Rye knows this is bullshit at this point. Like, her friends were in her house when she came in yesterday. Like, It doesn't make any sense. These are two separate groups of people they've never met. They wouldn't be in the same place. Rye climbs. She's like, wait here, and she climbs back up the ladder.
Where are you going?
Again?
She climbs up the ladder, and there's the door is not there. It's a ladder that is kind of leaning against a wall, and it goes up to a ceiling. You're just kind of like look foolish climbing up to a ladder to nothing.
That ladder doesn't go anywhere.
Then how did you guys get in here?
There is no door.
Magic.
You brought us here.
You don't even know the fucking answer yourselves.
What
Um,
answers?
At this point in time, Rye, do me a favor. Make me a wisdom saving throw, and
Thank you.
have advantage.
I'm getting out of like plausible excuses at this point.
Yeah.
Magic.
So all of a sudden, playing through this like strange world that you're in right now, you're kind of like walking through it, and you came across a few problems, but every once in a while things just seem out of place, and just like you did the best you could to try to handle the situation, but things just seem to unravel more and more, one step at a time. And all of a sudden, Rye literally just kind of gets the whole group of people caught in this logic where, how did we even get here? How did any of us get here? And everybody's kind of looking around dumbfounded, including you, who knew how you got here, but it's not here anymore, which makes no sense because you know this place. The two of them that are completely at a loss for words. And Thonk, who said magic, but you know that it's just Thonk responding, and he had no like oomph behind his words whatsoever. And with that, all of a sudden, you just kind of see through them, literally through them. As a matter of fact, you can see through them so well that you notice that you're actually standing in a room. It happens to be the same room as both Otto and Grommen. But before we continue with that, let me start with the description of Otto. You are standing inside of a tavern. There we go. You were standing inside of a tavern, and you were giving a performance. Oh man, this is the best performance you've ever done. I mean, do I even need to say anything? Look at the room in front of you. What do you see? Every woman in this place is sitting or standing or whatever, being as close to you as possible. Even Rye is right in that crowd of people standing there because your performance is so on point. I mean, a good distance away is all the other gentlemen that are standing on the standing or sitting or whatever on the far side of the room, and they're all very harumph right now. I mean, Grommen is wicked upset. There's this girl that was hitting on Grommen earlier and totally wanted Grommen just to tell her a story, and she was like throwing herself at him, but Grommen was kind of giving him like this like But you know what? You started playing this song, and she is right there giving you all that attention that she was ignoring you with before. Oh man, this is the highlight of your performance. Bear, can you just quickly give us a rundown of what this performance is about?
Absolutely. This is well, Otto has a certain selection that he reserves for peak moments such as these, where he's surrounded by women of the highest class and estate. He reaches into that bag of tricks for this particular performance, pulls out a little ditty that's soft and alluring at the start, and then begins to get more emphatic as he goes, finally at the end resulting in this massive crescendo, the power chord that just wets the panties of every lady within 5 miles.
And with that, we take our next break. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Wet
Bring them out,
panties.
I guess.
Perfect.
No?
Great. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Don't
Put
go
your panties
anywhere.
in the dryer.
Yeah.